unless you can come up with some kind of a method that demonstrates what exactly you are saying, there is no debate to be had. People have been having debates for literally thousands of years about this very subject. I'm at a point where I feel like, well, we have the scientific method now. We have all these different tools that are literally, absolutely literally right now peering into the substrate of reality to understand it, to try to understand and detect as much phenomena as we can so we can understand as much as we can about reality. So if you are going to tell me that there's this aspect of reality that supposedly is so real and so true and exists and is so perfectly wonderful and helpful, then you should have a way to show that. Otherwise, what the fuck are you talking about? Shut your dumb ass the fuck up. So in the same way, if you're a Democrat debating with a Republican, how the fuck hard can it be to demonstrate that you are for the people, that your policies are going to help people? You can literally tell people the policies that you have. You can say, hey, I have this policy that's going to help you. I have that policy that's going to help you. I stand on this principle and that stance, and I will never waver for that. I don't give a fuck about none of this fucking framing PC shit. I fucking change my fucking message when I go against this demographic versus that demographic. No, I'm gonna tell y'all the same shit because this is what the fuck I'm about. This is what I'm about. I mean, I'm gonna meet you at your level, but the message is the same. It's the shit that I'm pushing, and I'm trying to convince you that to help you. It's like anything, right? It's like sales, right? If I'm trying to sell you a product or service, I gotta convince you that my product or service is super duper worth it. If you love my product or service, you're going to fuck with my product or service. If you can't, if I do a bad job of convincing you that my product or service is great, wonderful, awesome, and beneficial and valuable to you, well, you're not gonna buy into my product or service. It's that simple. So, I bring all this up because I've gotten all kinds of messages from Democrats, right? Text messages, emails, all that type of stuff. Never, ever do they ever once talk about how what they are standing for, how what they are pushing for is ever going to even come close to helping me. They never say, hey, here's how what I'm doing or what I'm pushing for is specifically going to help specifically you. No. What they have decided to do nowadays, their whole entire messaging system is, yeah, I got into politics in 2020 and something about COVID. Oh, by the way, Trumpity, Trumpity, Trump, Trump. Trumpity, 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 Trump, Trump. Hey, did you know that Trump exists? Therefore, you should vote for me because, hey, look at Trump. And I'm totally not Trump, so you should vote for me. But I'm like, but vote for you for what? How is voting for you going to help anything? How did Trump get into the position in the first place? If what y'all had to offer was so amazing, how could y'all lose to that guy twice? Clearly, something is going wrong where y'all just keep on losing. If y'all had the best ideas, then y'all should be able to communicate that to the public. It's like, say, Kamala, right? I've said this all the time. She was the vice president. She literally had the bully pulpit. She had the bully pulpit. So she could call a press conference at any fucking time. She literally could call a press conference every day and be like, look, Trump just said this crazy shit. Look, that shit is crazy. Here's what the fuck I'm pushing that's going to help all of y'all. Here's what's going to help you, him, her, them, they. And this is the ultimate purpose of what it's all about. It should be the easiest thing in the world. You don't have to be the greatest speaker, right? Like, I wouldn't say that Bernie Sanders was a great speaker, is a great speaker, right? But the dude had lines all the way around down the block. And I know because I was there. I went to one of his rallies. It was a super duper long line. Why? Because he had the substance, right? He's an old ass dude. Hell, at the time he was an old ass. Now he's an even older ass dude. But back in 2016, he's old as shit, right? And he's got that old fucking $27. I'm gonna give you just $27, and we're going to fight the corporations, and we're gonna like. Come on, bro. Like, think about the fact that somebody that old can inspire so many fucking young people, right? Because the thing is, it's not about, oh, you gotta have this look, you gotta have this swag, you gotta have these designer brands, or you have all these celebrities dancing around you, twerking, shaking that ass. No, you just gotta have shit that people actually can fucking fuck with, right? Things that people can actually connect with and say, hey, that is a fucking great idea. I rock with that shit. Let's do it. But when that's not what you do, when you don't have the substance, you gotta make up for that in some other amazing way. That twerking shit to be the top notch twerking I ever seen in my fucking life. And even then, fam, I can go on IG and see all the twerking I want. The fuck I need to see Meg Thee Stallion for when I got chicks over here that's way better than her. Well, at least they look that way on IG. There might be some filter all that type of shit. Man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. What do you have to offer that is so amazing and so great that I wouldn't even think about rocking with this other competitor of yours? Why should I rock with you? What is so great about you? What is so great about your ideas, your policies, your stances, your principles, right? One thing I would see all the time from Democrats, especially these liberal asshats, not even the people in the positions, but the everyday person, the everyday lay person, right? One of the narratives that they love to push is like that some people like me could be too principled, which is the craziest thing I ever seen or heard in my life. That having principles is like the worst thing in the world. Like, it's literally the type of shit a politician would say. Like, oh, fucking, I shouldn't have to fucking stand on anything. I should be able to switch it up and say, no, I actually love oil drilling. No, I totally am all about fracking. Fracking is fucking great. Fuck the environment. Fuck having clean water. No. It's all about the motherfucking corporations that are making the money. Oh, yeah. Oh, you have a job? Well, we should totally be like, well, because you work at an oil refinery, we should keep oil refineries. And that's the type of shit that's disgusting. Because it's like, I thought all of these different things were supposed to be about helping humanity. But that has always been lost in the sauce when it comes to media, right? Like, I was just, in fact, in the process of doing this live, right? So, like, I looked up a couple of these stories, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I have a whole framework set up for how I want to talk about these different topics. And I have a script that will take an article and basically apply my framework to it to give me a take. But just because it gives me a take doesn't mean that I agree with what it says, right? So one of the articles that came up today was about the whole Ebola shit, right? And we talked about that the other day, even though I didn't keep the live because I got so fucking mad because the internet was going crazy for no reason at that very moment. But the long and short of it is that, this new Ebola outbreak has been around for a while, and there hasn't been a vaccine in like 35 years. And the reason why these things happen is always as a result of hyper-capitalism. That nobody wants to spend the bread to make a vaccine for broke-ass people. Because, the Ebola crisis is happening in the Congo, right? And the Congo, in fact, let me show y'all this, okay? Because, I showed y'all this the other day, but I always like showing y'all this.